Hey everyone, in this video let us learn the properties of whole numbers. So in this video we will be discussing the four main properties of the whole number: closure property, commutative property, associative property and distributive property. So let us start with closure property. So let us start with closure property. We will be discussing each property with an example. The properties of whole number will satisfy only if the answers are also whole numbers. So here you can see I have written some problems and let us check whether we are getting the whole number itself as the answer. So as you can see, the first problem is 2 plus 3. What is 2 plus 3? It is 5. So here we are getting a proper whole number. That means closure property is applicable for addition. Now let us see what is 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is what? It will be negative 1. So negative 1, as you know, it is not a whole number. Whole number will start only from 0. So negative 1, it's negative number, so it's not a whole number. That means it is not applicable under closure property. Subtraction is not applicable under closure property. Now let us see what is 2 into 3. 2 into 3 is how much? We will get 6 as the answer. And you know 6 is a whole number. So that means this is also applicable under closure property. While 2 divided by 3. Will we get any whole number as the answer when we are dividing 2 with 3? Definitely not. We won't get any whole number as the answer when you are dividing 2 with 3. So that means division is also not applicable under closure property. So what do you mean by closure property? When you add or when you multiply two whole numbers, the answers should also be an whole number. Then only we can say closure property is applicable. So closure property is applied only for addition and multiplication. Now let us discuss the second property. So our second property is commutative property. What is commutative property? So for this property also I have written some examples here. Let us solve and see whether we are getting whole number itself. So here you can see I have written 3 plus 5. What is 3 plus 5? Yes, it is 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. Now here you can see I have changed the order. I have written it as 5 plus 3. So even if I am changing the order, will I get any other answer or a same answer? Yes, I will get the same answer. That means 5 plus 3 is also 8. Now let us check for the subtraction. What is 3 minus 5? 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Now here also I change the order. What is 5 minus 3? I am getting positive 2. Right? So here our answers are different. One is negative number and the other one is positive number. Now let us do for the multiplication. I have written here 3 into 5. What is 3 into 5? Yes, it is 15. Now I change the order. What is 5 into 3? It is also 15. So here also I am getting the same answer. Now for division, I have written 3 divided by 5. What is 3 divided by 5? When you divide, you will get a number 0.6. Now again I change the order, 5 divided by 3. So when I am doing 5 divided by 3, I will get 1.6. So here you can see the answers are different. So when you are doing addition and multiplication, even though you change the order, you are getting the same answer. That means commutative property explains that when you are adding or multiplying two whole numbers, even though you change the orders, you will get the same answer. So commutative property also applicable only for addition and multiplication. It is not applicable for subtraction and division. So let's move on to the third property. Third property is associative property. Now what do you mean by associative? Associative means we are making groups. So here you can see I have written some questions with brackets. So according to BODMAS rule, first we need to solve inside the bracket and then only we need to solve outside the bracket. So the first question I have written here 1 plus 2 plus 3 and I have put 1 plus 2 inside the bracket. So I need to solve that first. So what is 1 plus 2? It is 3. So 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So I got the answer as 6. Now you can see the next question I have written the same numbers but I changed the brackets. Now I place the brackets for 2 plus 3. So this 1 plus I will bring down and what is 2 plus 3? It is 5. So what is 1 plus 5? It is 6 itself. Now the third one you can see I changed the order as well as I changed the brackets. So here the brackets are 1 plus 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4 and I will bring down that plus 2. So 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. So here you can see I got all the answers as 6 even though I changed the brackets, I changed the order also. So let's check for multiplication whether we are getting the same type of answers. So for multiplication, as you can see I have written 1 into 2 into 3 and the same way I place two numbers inside the bracket. So what is 1 into 2? It is 2 itself and into 3. So 2 into 3 is 6. 2 into 3 is 6. Now let us check the next one. 1 into 2 into 3. Here you can see I have put the brackets for 2 into 3. So that means let us bring down this 1 into and solve inside the brackets. So 2 into 3 is 6 itself. So what is 6 into 1? 6. Then let's move on to the third one. I changed the number order as well as the brackets. So what is 1 into 3? 1 into 3 is 3 into 2. So what is 3 into 2? It is 6 itself. So here also when we multiplied we got the same answer. So what do you mean by associative property? Even though you change the order of the numbers, even though you change the grouping of the numbers, you will get the same answer. It is only applicable for addition and multiplication. When you do the same way for subtraction and division, you won't get the same answers. So associative property also applicable for addition and multiplication. Now let us learn the last property. The fourth property is distributive property. Distributive property means we will divide the number and we will distribute it equally. Now under distributive property we can do two methods, over addition method and over subtraction method. Now what to be done under over addition method? Here you can see I have written one question 25 into 15. So from this number take any one number and split it. Always better to take the small number. So here we can see 15 is the small number. Now we need to split 15 over addition method. So what we will do is we will keep the 25 like that itself and we will split 15 as 10 plus 5. So over addition method means we need to split the number using addition. Now what you need to do is multiply 25 with 10 as well as 25 with 5. So what is 25 into 10? 25 into 10 you will get 250. And what is 25 into 5? 25 into 5 you will get 75. Then you need to add 250 plus 75. So once you add 250 plus 75 you will get 325 as your answer. So under over addition method, what you need to do is you need to split the number using addition, and then you need to distribute 25 equally to 10 as well as 5. Now let us check how to be done over subtraction method. So over subtraction means you need to split the number using subtraction method. So for this question, let us take 99 and let us split 99 over subtraction. So keep 12 like that itself, and let us split 99 as 100 minus 1. So we split 99 as 100 minus 1 over subtraction method. Now again you need to distribute 12 equally to 100 as well as equally to 1. So what is 12 into 100? 12 into 100 you will get 1200. And then you need to multiply what is 12 into 1, which is 12 itself. Then you need to add what is 1200 plus 12. It will be 1212. So this is the final property of whole number, that is distributive property. Distributive property, it can be solved under addition method and subtraction method. Over addition we will split the number with addition, and over subtraction we will split the number with subtraction, and then we will distribute the remaining number equally to the splitted number. So I hope through this video you understood all the 4 main properties of whole number.